Judge rules Breonna Taylor's boyfriend caused her death. Throws out major charges against ex-Louisville officers. This is an incredibly detrimental ruling. Not only for the boyfriend and family, but possibly for all similar cases. If the cops break into your home, whether they have a warrant or are even at the right address, you have no right to defend yourself. They may perform any action up to and including killing you. And what are you supposed to do in an actual break-in where someone pretends to be the cops? I guess you just get robbed because you can't risk them being real cops? This is insanity. He never would have fired a shot if the police didn't bust into the home with a fraudulent no-knock warrant, greater than according to the plea agreement. Goodlet acknowledged that she helped another LMPD detective and their supervisor obtain a warrant to search Taylor's home, despite knowing that the officers lacked probable cause to do so. To establish probable cause, information in an affidavit accompanying a search warrant must be truthful and timely. Goodlet admitted that she knew that the affidavit in support of the warrant to search Taylor's home was false, misleading and stale. https www.justice.gov/opa/PR/former-Louisville-Kentucky-police-detective-pleads-guilty-federal-crime-rel. Aided death Breonna. https://www.justice.gov/opa/PR/former-Louisville-Kentucky-police-detective-pleads-guilty-federal-crime-rel. Aided death Breonna. The cops used a bad warrant to bust into a couple's home without announcing themselves. They killed an innocent woman, and now are arguing the boyfriend who shot at an unknown intruder in his family's home in self-defense is the one responsible for killing his girlfriend. This is fucked up even for American cops. So, number 2A writes, either this judge needs to be removed from the bench immediately. We have a serious problem with judges in America putting their thumb on the scales of justice to whitewash corrupt and unlawful policing. Why were the cops on scene? Because of a warrant. Why was there a warrant? Because officers used misleading information to issue the warrant? Why did her boyfriend fire his lawfully carried weapon? Because someone broke into his home. Why did Breonna die? Because the warrant was wrong. Why is this judge doing this? To keep the status quo of, we can fuck up and you just have to deal with it, status quo unchanged. So, this went exactly as expected. They waited for the heat to die down before exonerating the murderers and essentially ruling that the police are allowed to break into your home and murder you, and any form of self-defense is illegal and will be used to justify the murder they're there to commit. Taliban bans the sound of women's voices singing or reading in public. I'm sure this will do wonders for their push to encourage tourism. If you really hate your women that much, just send them away. I'm sure the lot of them would find a happy life somewhere else. Years ago I visited the Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago, and there was a video art exhibit from an Iranian artist, I believe. One wall had a man singing in front of a full audience, all men. The other wall had a single woman singing in an empty auditorium. The song was actually an old Iranian song that was meant to be a duet by a man and woman. But it is illegal now for a man and woman to sing it in public now. This was the only way anyone could hear the song as it was meant to be. I stayed listening for quite a while even though I didn't understand the words. It was a love song, but the presentation made it beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. Edit. Found my pictures. It was back in 2014. I forgot the woman was hooded to protect her identity. https imager.com/gallery/kfc8spm https imager.com/gallery/kfc8spm They hate women so much it's ridiculous. Elimination of vice. To them, a woman is a vice and they cannot control themselves, and it's all a woman's fault if they get abused. That is why they eliminate any sort of temptation, as they call it, by making them cover up their hair, their body, and now even their singing voice. Just wow. The level of control is unreal. Why are they so terrified of women? The men who act like this show themselves to be weak. World Bank halts paid advertising on X after CBS News finds its promoted ad under racist content. I wonder if Elon will keep supporting an unprofitable Twitter 5 to 10 years from now. Oh great, Elon Musk gonna sue somebody. So, how long until Elon starts tweeting angrily at World Bank? One more company getting sued for not advertising on X Twitter. God, can he just sell this platform yet? Damn. This wasn't even just minor racism. The whole point of the post was racism. Then an advertisement of a smiling black child. Oof. Oof. Ex-politician accused of killing Vegas reporter says he would have won re-election if victim hadn't published damaging pieces. This dude not even attempting to sound innocent. Removed. Dude was running in a primary for a county position. Not even main election. Yet murder seemed like the go-to after the reporter made him mad. Not only am I accused of this heinous crime, I also had motive. I had to do something to cover up my other crimes. Blaming the victim for your election loss while on trial for their murder. Double down on bad PR much? 5-year-old Utah boy dies from accidental, self-inflicted gunshot wound. Santaquin, Utah. AP. A 5-year-old Utah boy died when he accidentally shot himself with a handgun in a small town south of Salt Lake City on Thursday. Police said. LT. Mike Wall with the Santaquin Police Department told KSL-TV the boy found a 9mm handgun in the back room of his house and fired a single shot. The boy's parents and siblings were inside the home when the shooting happened but were not with him in the room. They tried to resuscitate him until emergency responders arrived, but he died at the scene. Authorities do not suspect foul play, and investigators are trying to determine how the boy got a hold of the gun. No other information was released, and a spokesperson for the police department did not immediately respond to a phone message left by the Associated Press on Thursday evening. Santaquin is about 60 miles, 96 kilometers, south of Salt Lake City. In the back room of the house, there is no room less secretive and safe to a 5-year-old boy than the back room of his house. I still don't think babies should be allowed to have guns. It's almost like responsible gun owners shouldn't leave loaded guns laying around the house. Utah has no law that imposes a penalty on someone who fails to secure an unattended firearm and leaves it accessible to an unsupervised minor. No one is legally liable here. No consequences from the state. In Utah, this toddler's death is considered an acceptable cost of a twisted sense of freedom. No federal law of the land requires the state of Utah to make anyone liable. Child access prevention laws are common sense gun legislation. Vote Harris, Walls for the best chance of these passing, and possibly preventing these and other tragedies in the future. He got the gun because it was left unsecured. Duh. And now a child is dead. The owner should go to prison. It's not an accident if you leave your gun out and a kid picks it up. It's completely predictable.